All right, so we have been working with adding and subtracting like terms, basically combining like terms. We worked with the distributive property, and now we're going to solve equations. We did a little bit of that with the word problem that we saw, but now we're going to solve this problems using all of the above techniques. So when we start off with this, we're going to start off step by step. On this side, I have a 4x minus an x. So using our like terms, that becomes a 3x. We bring down the negative 5, minus 5. We're going to keep the equal sign. Now on this side, we have a 2 times x plus 2. So this portion right here, we are going to need to use the distributive property. And when we do that, we get 2 times the first term, 2x. 2 times the second term, 2. 2 times 2 is 4. And then again, we bring down our minus 9. Now we're going to keep the left side the same. 3x minus 5 equals 2x. And then we have a plus 4 minus 9. 4 minus 9 is minus 5. Now what we want to do is we want to get all of our x's on one side and all of our numbers on the other side. So let's start by getting rid of this 5. If we have a negative 5, we have to add 5 to this side, and we have to add 5 to this side. So this becomes 3x. Our 5's cancel out. Our equal sign drops down. And over here, we have 2x, and again, our 5's. So our 5's actually cancel out. So 3x equals 2x. You could put plus 0 if you wanted to. There's only one solution that's going to work here. We need to get our x's on the same side. So let's get rid of our 2x here, which means we need to get rid of our 2x over here. 3x minus 2x is x. Equal sign comes down. And 2x minus 2x is 0. 0 plus 0 is still 0. We can go back in and make sure that works. 4 times 0 minus 0 minus 5 equals 2 times 0 plus 2 minus 9. So on this side, 4 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. Minus 5 is a negative 5. Now on this side, we have 0 plus 2, which is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 9. 4 minus 9 is a negative 5. A negative 5, negative 5, so that works. Now, I want you to try this problem on your own, and then we'll check it. 7x minus 3x plus 7 equals 3 times x plus 1 minus 9x. Again, pause the video here and try this one on your own, and then come back and start the video, and we'll see how you did. Okay, so first thing I want to do is start simplifying this problem. So I have a 7x minus 3x. So right off, I can like terms that and have a 4x plus 7 equals, right here, I've got a distributive property, right? 3 times x is 3x plus 3 times 1 is 3 minus 9x. I'm going to keep the left side the same for now. 4x plus 7 equals, I've got a 3x minus 9x. This gives me a negative 6x plus 3. Now, I want to get all my numbers on one side, all my x's on the other side of that equal sign. So let's get rid of this 7, minus 7, and if we get rid of the 7 here, we have to do the same thing over here, minus 7. On this side, we have 4x, the 7's go to 0, equals a negative 6x. 3 minus 7 is a negative 4. Now, I want to get all of my x's to the other side. So if I have a negative 6x, I can add 6x, to both sides. So 4x plus 6x is 10x. The equal sign comes down. Our negative 6x plus 6x goes to 0, and we have a negative 4. Now to get rid of this 10, since it's 10 times x, we have to divide by 10. Divide by 10, divide by 10, and we get x, those cancel, equals a negative 4/10, which equals a negative 2/5 when we reduce that fraction. Now we can do it the other way around. When we had our 4x plus 7 equals a negative 6x plus 3, we can bring, instead of doing the 7's, we could bring the 3 over, right? So we want to get rid of a 3. If we do that, we get rid of a 3 on both sides. This becomes 4x plus 7 minus 3 is 4 equals a negative 6x, and the 3's cancel out to 0. Now we have the 4 on this side. We have to get rid of our 4x and take the 4x to the other side. So we're going to minus 4x minus 4x. So 4x minus 4x is 0, and we have 4 equals a negative 6x minus 4x is a negative 10x. Now we have to get rid of that negative 10. Negative 10 times x, we divide by a negative 10. So we divide 4 by a negative 10, and again we get x equals a negative 4/10, which equals a negative 2/5. So you can do it from either side. Now, I hope you got that last one right. So here's a few more I want you to try. Again, I want you to do number 1 right now, and then pause this video. Then we'll go over it. As soon as you finish number 1, start the recording again, and we'll see how you did. Okay, so on number 1, first thing we're going to do is we're going to start distributing. A negative 2 times x is a negative 2x. A negative 2 times a negative 2 is plus 4. Minus 4x equals, we're going to distribute on this side too. 3 times x is 3x, plus 3 times 1 is 3, minus 9x. Now we're going to simplify a little bit. We have a negative 2x minus 4x, which becomes a negative 6x plus 4, our equal sign. We have 3x minus 9x, 3x minus 9x, which again is a negative 6x plus 3. And then something tricky happens on this one. So we need to move all of our x's to one side and all of our numbers to the other side. So if we're going to do that, let's move our x's. We have a negative 6x, so let's add 6, plus 6x. We do it to both sides, plus 6x. Here's what happens. A negative 6x plus 6x is 0x, and we get 3 on this side. And a negative 6x plus 6x is 0x, and we get 4 on this side, and we know that 4 does not equal 3. So this is one of those problems that has no solution. So that was a little tricky one. Now, also, I would like you to try number 2, and when you're done with it, come back and we'll look at it. So pause, and when you're finished doing number 2, come back and give it a try with us together. Okay, so the first thing we have to do on number 2 is we have to distribute. 5 times x is 5x, plus 5 times 2 is 10, and we have our minus 3 here, equals, on this side, 3x minus 8x plus 7. So over here we have 5x plus 7 equals 3x minus 8x and negative 5x plus 7. Now, let's get rid of our 7s, move them to the other side. So we subtract 7, subtract 7. We have 5x equals a negative 5x, because this becomes 0. So again, we add our 5x here to get our x's on one side, add 5x, we get 10x equals 0. So x has to be 0. When we divide by 10, 0 divided by 10, x equals 0. Much like that very first problem that we did. So try those last two, number 3 and 4, on your own, and we'll go over them in class. Have a great evening.